ancient Hindu manuscripts reveal that interplanetary space travel existed 7,000 years ago. This is the Bharadwaja and is believed to have about 500 guidelines detailing aviation and other technologies existing on Earth thousands of years ago. But researchers note that current manuscripts contain only between 100 and 120 guidelines. Experts believe that the foreign leaders who invaded India in the past stole many of these manuscripts, studied them, and produced many of the technologies that we see on Earth today. These relationships appear to support the Vaimanika Sastra, a 20th century sacred text the 20th century sacred text that describes in detail aerospace technology, arguing that the Burma referred to in ancient Sanskrit epics were truly advanced aerodynamic aircraft capable of flying. Now, I'm translating this from Greek, so sometimes I take a few seconds to recheck the. Okay, sorry about that. Now, this text, the texts were discovered in 1952, and they have 8 chapters. The Vimanas propulsion, according to them, is a vortex mercury engine. They're made of vortex mercury engines, a concept similar to electric propulsion. The manuscript writers wrote that the Vimanas were capable of traveling between countries, continents, and planets. Now, this is not the first time we hear about these ancient flying machines. These are very well described in the Emerald Tablets written by Thoth the Atlantean, and I have a playlist for those videos. I've read 15 out of the 42 books. That's all that I was able to find. And he describes in there that they had airplanes. They were traveling all around the world, and they were setting up new cities with pyramids and advanced technology. And they also had space travel. They also had time travel, and they were dwelling with the powers of interdimensional frequencies, and that's something that they should not have been doing, but they were, and he believes that that's why they were chastised, and over periods of thousands of years, the continent of Atlantis started sinking, and it finally did sink. So these were the Atlanteans, or the Hyperboreans. They were not good to mankind because of especially what they were dwelling with the interdimensional aspect of their technology. But going back to this, what I wanted to note here is that there are many ancient texts from many cultures that refer to ancient flying machines, ancient technology, and even ancient aliens. Okay, so going back to this, the vortex mercury engines, concept similar to electric propulsion. The manuscripts here, the writers wrote that the Vimanas were capable of traveling between countries, continents, and planets. And according to the authors, this shows that aviation systems in the ancient world were very advanced, and most technologies had been on Earth, such as these technologies, for thousands of years before the emergence of our so-called modern civilizations. And also, let's remember that the Atlanteans lived for thousands of years. They were very long-lived, just like the people before the flood. They used to live many hundreds of years, and that changed after the flood. Now, going back to this, the manuscript is unmistakably proof that 7,000 years ago, there was technology for traveling between planets. Many scientists said they were surprised. Deputy Chancellor Rajan Welukar at the University of Mumbai in India said, "There's no reason to believe that the Vedas say, but it is worth studying." Now, it's interesting to note that many studies have yielded mixed results in the study of the viability of, quote, old flying engines, end quote. In 1974, a study by the Indian Institute of Science in Bangalore, India, found that the aircraft described in the Vaimanika Sastras was unreliable from an aeronautical point of view. But despite this, there are still many authors and scholars convinced that these old machines were really very advanced systems Some of these researchers and scholars encourage research into old books and texts that describe technology that can transcend our reality in the 21st century. Well, maybe we don't have technology yet, the technology that these ancients had that were so advanced that we don't know what mechanisms they used. Anyway, this is by Anand J. Bodas. He states that modern science is academic and considers things that they do not understand that they are impossible. The ancient Indian definition of a plane is a vehicle that travels by air from one country to another, from one continent to another, and from one planet to another. At that time, the aircraft were huge and could move left to right, back and forth, unlike modern planes that only run straight. All right, so this is translated to you from the Diadrastika, from Greek to English, and please let me know what you think. If you've read any ancient Indian Hindu text, maybe you have some information that you can enlighten us with concerning what was around 7,000 years ago. Thank you. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.